Good morning, students. Today we are going to start second part of the chapter Civilizing the Native, Educating the Nation. This is the second video of this chapter. In the previous video we discussed about the Orientalism and Anglicism along with the features of Western education system that was implemented in 1835 by Lord Macaulay. It means we also discussed about the Macaulay's Minutes, right? In this video we'll discuss about Wood's Dispatch and the vernacular education system of India. It means local education system of India with the help of the report given by William Adam. So let's start today's video with the topic Education for Commerce. Commerce means trade and it is connected to the economic sphere of the life. Understand? Commerce. It is related to trade. So we'll start this topic with Wood's Dispatch. In 1854, the Court of Directors of East India Company sent an educational dispatch. This was educational dispatch to India, to Governor General of India from London, right? So the Court of Directors of East India Company sent an educational dispatch to Governor General of India, and that was issued by Charles Wood. Who was Charles Wood? Charles Wood was the president of the Board of Control. Right? He was the president of the Board of Control in India. So generally it is known as Wood's Dispatch because it was issued by Charles Wood. What were the main features of Charles Wood's Dispatch? It means Wood's Dispatch. It is known as Wood's Dispatch 1854. So dear students, we have to understand what were the features of this dispatch. Till now, from 1835 to 1854, this was the beginning era of English education system. Clear? But now after the Wood's Dispatch, what were the main features of Wood's Dispatch? Number one, it focused and emphasized on European learning system. According to this dispatch, Indian education system or the Oriental system was completely useless and it was not based on the scientific and other important logics. So European learning is very good for all the people who want to be developed. Clear? So it focused on European learning, and according to this dispatch, European learning will give the practical benefits in the different spheres of life. Which benefits? For example, economic growth. According to this dispatch, European learning will make Indians to be capable for start the trade and commerce, involved in the commerce, and European ways of life will create more and more demand for European goods, because if they will be in a European lifestyle, then they will require the European dresses and other commodities which means used to come from Britain, right? Manufactured in the British industries, because since 1750, means if we talk about the industrialization, so that was the duration of 100 years from 1750 to 1850. So during 100 years, a lot of industries, many industries were developed in Britain. Clear? So economic growth, understand? So in this way, the economic benefit will be directly means to the European companies also, as well as Indians also. After that, moral character. According to which dispatch, European learning means would improve the moral character of Indians. This kind of education will make them very honest and truthful, clear and skilled servants. Skilled development also. It means skill development. It focused on skill development also. In this kind of education system, Indians would be more skillful and there would be better option for English people for the government as civil servants and very helpful in governing. Clear? So these were the main features of Woods Dispatch. You have to understand and you have to revise with the help of the PDF provided to you, or you can read from the book also. So conclusion, I have told you that European learning, it focused on the European learning and on economic growth also, moral character and skill development among Indians. So this was the main topic on the features of the Woods Dispatch. Now we will discuss what measures were introduced after the recommendation of Woods Dispatch. So dear students, what measures were introduced after Woods Dispatch? According to the recommendations of Woods Dispatch, some changes were seen in Indian education system during the colonial rule. So the first change was the establishment or introduction of education departments. Education departments were introduced to extend the control of government on education. It means now more control on education of government on education. Next measure was adopted according to the recommendation of Woods Dispatch, higher education. Higher education. Under this measure, some universities were set up. Universities were set up. For example, in 1857, during the revolution, Indian Revolution, the first freedom fight, 1857, when in Meerut and Delhi, that was the duration of 1857 revolution, uprising against the British. Clear? At that time in Calcutta, Madras and Bombay, in these presidency cities, universities were established for higher education. Clear? Along these measures, several other changes also were occurred. For example, teachers training was started and economic help to the poor students. Clear? Those students who were very poor and were very intelligent students. So for them, several kinds of economic help or the scholarship also was started according to the Woods Dispatch recommendation. So these were the measures after the Woods Dispatch. You have to remember, dear students. And let's come to the next topic, what happened to the local schools. So next topic is what happened to the local schools. Here local schools means vernacular schools, means in the local areas different kinds of schools were there. Generally these schools were looking like informal education system, like, so these were known as vernacular system of education and vernacular schools. So in this topic, first of all we discuss about the report of William Adam. William Adam, who was William Adam? William Adam was a Scottish missionary, right? He was a Scottish missionary and he was given a responsibility by the company to give a report on the progress of education in the vernacular system, education system. In 1830s, he toured several villages and different areas, different districts of Bengal and Bihar. And finally he gave a report. In his writings he concluded the vernacular education system. So with the help of the report of William Adam, we can have several points about the vernacular education system of India. It means what kinds of schools were there, what kind of education system was there in India during that time. So if we conclude, then the first point might be that at that time there were near about 1 lakh pathshalas were there, and each pathshala consisted of 20 students. 20 students were there in each pathshala. Clear? This was, as I told you, that it was look like informal education system, and one guru used to be there in each pathshala with several students, approximately 20, 15 or 25 students. Average was 20 students. Clear? There was no fixed fees in the schools, no fixed syllabus, right? No syllabus, and other features we can see that no fixed building. Sometimes these kinds of small schools or pathshalas were conducted in the shops and in the corner of the village, one room sometimes under the banyan tree. Clear? Sometimes in the home of guru, clear, teacher. No fixed syllabus was there, no fee was there, clear, fixed fee, and no timetable, no examinations, no textbooks, no printed material was given to the students for studying, right? And most of the education was oral, and guru used to recite, and the students used to follow the guru. In this way the education was provided to the students, and it was vernacular system. And most of the times the people who were very poor, they could send their students in these kinds of pathshalas. But during the harvesting time, during the cropping harvesting time, the schools used to be closed, and after the harvesting time again the schools used to be opened, because most of the students of the poor families used to go to the schools, and they could work in the village, in the fields also. So during the harvesting time and during the agricultural season, they could not go to the school. So this was the system of vernacular schooling system. Clear? I hope that you understood on the basis of the report of William Adam. Clear? But after that, by the British government, several changes were introduced in this system. Clear? So new changes, new routines and new rules. About these kinds of new rules we'll study. So this is the topic, new routines and new rules. After 1854, British government or company focused on the local schools, means vernacular education system. So what changes were there according to new routines and new rules by the government? First of all, on education, the company decided to give some kinds of grants to the schools, and decided to spend some amount of money to improve the education system according to themselves. So in this way they appointed the pandits. It means these were the government pandits, because these were appointed by the government. So these were the pandits who were appointed by the British to inspect the schools. And what pandits used to do, pandits used to look after 4 or 5 schools. Means each pandit was provided with 4 and 5 schools for inspection. Pandits used to tour in these schools under them. So those people used to tour these schools, and after that they used to give some kinds of suggestions to improve the education system in the local schools. Clear? After that, textbooks and examination system was introduced. Earlier there were no textbooks, no printed material, and education was provided with the oral method. Clear? But now the textbooks were introduced, and fixed examinations also were introduced. After that, next one, fee was fixed and timetable also was fixed. Now earlier the poor people, means fee was taken according to the economic status of the people, but now fixed fee was there and timetable also was fixed. Regular classes were conducted according to this system, and periodic reports were also provided and deposited by the gurus, and gurus were asked to give the periodic reports regularly and on the regular intervals. Clear? And one more thing, that grants were provided to the schools, but some gurus were not following the new routines and new rules fixed by the government. So those schools were observed that lagging behind in comparison of those schools were conducted or controlled by the government. So in this way, this was the new rules and new routines for the upliftment of the education, especially vernacular education system. So dear students, in this way we have discussed the following topics in this video. I hope that you understood all these kinds of topics. In the next video, we will discuss the rest of the topics of this chapter. So keep revising, keep learning the chapter. Thank you. Have a nice day.